Hello everyone, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of The Legend of Dragoon. In the last episode, well, we made it here to Velweb, where, well, we're just here in Velweb, and in this episode, there's a lot that needs to be done in this episode. So first off, I said in the last episode after Shirley appears what I would mean what she was saying. When we come back here at a later time, we actually have to deal with the previous Dragoon spirits that we're not able to, to help them pass on, as I'll say. But I'll go into better explanation when we actually get to do that. And two, we will see Diaz in this episode and pretty much finish Disc 3. And three, I'm actually going to get all the Stardust because thing is, once you beat Disc 3, you won't be able to go back to it for quite a long while. And I just want to get it done and over so I don't have to wait a long time just so I can do it. And actually, the thing is, every time I would show the Stardust in the previous times, it was because I was able to go back at any time I wanted to. Just easily. But for Disc 4, it takes a while until you eventually get what you need to go back. So yeah, I'll show you where all the Stardust is, and we'll go see Diaz, so let it begin with the montage. Okay, so, that's something I didn't know would happen. I was worried that I wasn't gonna head back because I remember the first time I did this, I thought I was required to go to Velweb and not go back, but yeah, and also, I forgot to mention, there is a total of 11 Stardust in the game, so just wanted to get that out. Now, let us continue. Alright, the first bit of Stardust that you can find in Disc 3, I mean. You gotta go to the house on the right here in Fernie. This is in Fernie. And in this barrel, or pot, whatever you want to call it. Which, using Stardust as bait, that actually makes sense. Alright, the next Stardust you can find is in Tio's house. To get to it, what you gotta do is, you gotta close this thing. Oh wait, hold on, I remember how to close it. You first go up here, then you pull this. Yeah, you gotta close that. And then you take the slide down. Once you're down here, it's right here in this little, right here, in the metal basin. That's all the Stardust there is in Fernie. The next Stardust you can find is here in Garaha's room in the Forest of Winglies. It's right here. And also, when you defeat the Divine Dragon, everyone in the Forest of Winglies seems to be nicer and everything, and yeah, they're just saying how you've been defeating the dragon and how they seem to change. Like, what does Garara have to say? Oh, and Bardell. I don't think Bardell knows that he lost his younger brother too because of Lloyd, but who knows. And the next Stardust you can find in the Forest of Winglies is here in the healing room. It should be right on this pillar here. That's all the Stardust you'll find in the Forest of Winglies. The next Stardust you can find here is in Neat. Now before I pick it up, there's something I should say. So if you see that lamp, that oil lamp there, I'm pretty sure you can reach it. If I can... It should be right there in that oil lamp. Yeah, it should. I can't get it that well. Come on. Get it. There we go. Now the thing is, when you come here as Rose, you know, when Rose arrives here, you can't get that actually, so yeah, no point of doing that. And also, while I'm here, there's one quick thing I want to point out. Is this grave here. If you have Dart, read it. I see the name of my dad and mom. Yeah, let's just keep it at that, and yeah, that's the only Stardust you'll find in Neat. Alright, the next Stardust you can find is in Denigran. Now, the thing I need to tell you is that in order to get the Stardust, the Divine Dragon has to attack Denigran. So, you can find two Stardust literally right next to each other here. And here. The next Stardust you can find is here in the clinic. Now, the clinic is actually in the hotel on the second floor, and to find the Stardust, it's in these controls here. If I can... There we are. And also, an interesting thing to note is that since Shayna was kidnapped, in the bed that she sleeps, usually Wink will be in her place instead, resting after what Dart accidentally did, but don't hold it against him at least. The next Stardust you can find is in the Crystal Palace. Now, as I said, you can only get all these Stardust once the Divine Dragon attacks. So, for this Stardust, it should be right here. This is not a crystal. And the second Stardust, and the final Stardust that you can find here in Denigran, is also in the Crystal Palace. And to find that, it's up here in the throne room, near this rubble over here. And that's all the Stardust you can find in Denigran. Next Stardust you should find is here in Velweb. You gotta go up here to the central area, basically Shirley's little shrine / altar, and it's on the altar itself. And that is all the Stardust there is in Disc 3. Alright people, so with all the Stardust you should find in Disc 3, you should have a total of, as it comes up, 46 Stardust. So there's only 4 left and it's in Disc 4 now. However, despite what I said that I would show off Diaz in this episode, I cannot actually. I have to end the video here because a little problem came up, I'll just say that. So, but thank you for watching this episode of The Legend of Dragoon anyway. So join me next time as we finally go see Diaz and just end Disc 3, alright? Also, one more thing, if you ever need to trade in that Stardust you find, Martel, as I've said before, is in Denigran. So yeah, that is it. I shall see you guys next time.